I love if you would say what the relationship model is. You've referred to the new relationship model. Will you describe it to so that someone listening and watching can understand without having met you before?
Well, I know for me, when I think about what type of relationship John and I have, I think from the outside, it looks very traditional. We're married. We fell in love. We got married. We share a home. I have children from a previous relationship. He has children from a previous relationship. Everybody's kind of melded together. We go on vacation and we have this business that we do together.
You file taxes together, I presume.
We file taxes together. We go to the grocery store. We just, from a societal standpoint, we just kind of fit right in with everybody else that's around us. One of the elements, though, that is different is we invite a more open concept. We're not as restrictive from a friendship standpoint or even from a sexual standpoint, our integration with others. If John finds someone interesting, it's perfectly fine for him to carry on a conversation with this person, to go out to eat with this person, or to even, go on a date and let that lead where it leads. Our relationship is solid enough that we can incorporate that into the relationship. If an issue arises, we talk about it. What I love so much about the relationship model that we have is it peels back a lot of those onion skins. It really gets us down into those kind of deep, almost best friend kind of relationship conversations, which is interesting. We'll have those kinds of conversations with a really good girlfriend or, with John, with, one of his trusted guy friends. But sometimes those conversations don't actually happen between the couple, John
Absolutely,
knows
because the content would be confronting.
Well, and it's a deal breaker conversation. We've been taught for so long that there's certain things in a marriage that are acceptable and certain things that aren't. And I get it. We all have boundaries. We all have borders. We all have things that we say, this is what I will accept and this is what I won't accept. But I think
actually, if I may interject, I think often people don't say what those boundaries are and expect it to be understood by their partner. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. But I do think everyone has boundaries, but I wouldn't agree exactly that they speak them because that requires enough self-awareness to do so.
Well, and that's true. Maybe we know what our boundary is, but we're not discussing it with our partner. And so then when something happens, that's when
they're assumed boundaries.
They're assumed.
Yes.
It's not until someone crosses a line on one and someone realizes that they're not really digging that path. That's where and it's normally not a conversation. It's an argument.
Right. That's true.
And betrayal.
Well,
yes.
And that too, yes.
Exactly.
And then, trust is broken down because of a perceived boundary. So.
Well, and we tend to, it's so funny. I was just reading an article yesterday written by a woman that I found on a news site where she had gotten married way back in the 80s, kind of when the Fatal Attraction movie came out, and her partner had cheated on her. And she says, I kind of wish I knew now what I didn't know then. She said, it's so interesting now to be so much more self-reflective on whatever problem was arising in the relationship where we could have worked much more together. We want to blame our partner for doing something, but what role did I play in that? So I found it kind of encouraging that maybe some times are changing where we're not just automatically moving into this is acceptable, this is not acceptable, but why is this happening? Can we have a discussion as to why is this happening? And I feel like for John and I, in this much more open relationship, we've crossed that particular hurdle. let's not just assume that our partner's doing something against us, but maybe it's just something that they have a desire to do, or, we want to be a little bit more realistic about who we are just as human beings navigating on the planet. And I like that.